Have you ever chased something so desperately, something so beautiful and distant, that it felt like the only thing that mattered? Imagine a small village nestled among rolling hills where a young boy named Tao lived. And Tao had a dream, a magnificent, shimmering dream. He wanted to catch the moon. Every single night, as the world hushed and the stars began to pepper the inky sky, Tao would make his way to the highest hill overlooking his village. He'd stand there, his small silhouette outlined against the vastness of the night, and he would reach, oh, how he would reach. His small hands would stretch towards that perfect, silver orb, his fingers grasping at the empty air, trying to pull that celestial glow down from the heavens. But the moon, ever serene and ever distant, would simply glide across the sky, always just beyond his fingertips. He'd climb higher on the rocks, jump as high as his legs could carry him, but it was no use. The moon remained an elusive, untouchable jewel. This nightly ritual went on for seasons. The frustration in Dao's heart grew heavier with each failed attempt. The moon, which once filled him with wonder, now seemed to mock him, a constant reminder of his own limitations. One evening, with his shoulders slumped in defeat, he decided he could no longer bear the weight of his unfulfilled dream alone. He made his way to the edge of the village, to a modest, quiet home, where the wisest person he knew lived, Master Li. The old master was tending to his small garden, his movements slow and deliberate under the moonlight. Dao approached him, his voice barely a whisper. "Master Li," he said, his gaze fixed on the ground. "I have a question that troubles my soul." Master Li turned, his face a canvas of gentle wrinkles, and his eyes, deep in knowing, met Dao's. "Speak, young Dao, what weighs so heavily on you?" "It's the moon," Dao confessed, finally looking up. "Every night, I climb the hill. I reach for it, I try to grasp its light, but it always runs from me. Why? Why does the moon stay so far away?" A slow, knowing smile spread across Master Li's face. He didn't offer a complicated explanation or a philosophical lecture. Instead, he simply gestured for Dao to follow him inside his home. From a dusty corner, he retrieved an old, simple lantern made of paper and bamboo. He lit the small candle within, and a warm, gentle glow filled the room, casting dancing shadows on the walls. He handed the lantern to Dao. The boy held it, feeling its faint warmth spread through his hands. "Master," he asked, confused, "what is this for?" "Walk," Master Li said, his voice as soft as the lantern's light. "Take this lantern and walk your path. Do not chase the moon, just walk, hold this light, and see what follows you." Dao didn't fully understand. How could a simple lantern help him catch the magnificent moon? But his respect for the master was absolute. He bowed deeply, took the lantern, and stepped out into the night. That night, for the first time in years, he didn't climb the hill. Instead, he walked along the winding path that led away from the village. The lantern cast a small, golden circle of light around his feet, illuminating the stones, the roots, and the fallen leaves he would have otherwise stumbled over in the dark. As he walked, he came across a neighbor, an old woman whose firewood cart had overturned, scattering logs all over the dark path. She was struggling, unable to see, to gather them. Without a second thought, Dao held his lantern high. "Let me help you," he said. The warm glow illuminated the area, and together, they quickly gathered the wood. The woman thanked him, her gratitude warming his heart more than the lantern's flame. He continued his journey. He wandered through valleys he had never explored, his little light a beacon in the deep darkness. He found a traveler who had lost his way and guided him back to the main road. He helped a farmer find a lost lamb, its bleating calls answered by the sight of Dao's approaching glow. With each act of service, with each person he helped, the little lantern in his hand seemed to burn brighter, not with more flame, but with more meaning. The days turned into weeks, the weeks into months, and the months into years. Dao wandered far from his home. He became known not as the boy who chased the moon, but as the man with the lantern, the one who brought light to the forgotten corners of the world. He taught children to read by his lantern's glow, shared his food with the hungry, and offered a listening ear to the lonely. His own ambition to catch the moon had faded, replaced by the simple, profound purpose of lighting the way for others. His lantern grew dimmer over the years, its paper patched, its flames smaller, but it never went out. It was a constant companion, a symbol of the path he had chosen. Many years later, an old man with wise, kind eyes and a well-worn lantern returned to his childhood village. It was the village had changed, but the hill was still there, standing sentinel as it always had. That night, drawn by a pull of nostalgia, he slowly climbed the familiar slope one last time. He reached the summit, the same spot where he had stood as a boy, full of desperate yearning. He was older now, his body weathered by time and travel, his lantern dim but still faithfully burning at his side. He didn't reach, he didn't jump. He simply stood and looked up, and there it was, the moon, the same silver, perfect orb, but something was different. As he stood there, holding his small, humble light, he noticed its reflection shimmering in a small puddle at his feet. He looked at the stream winding through the valley below, and there it was again, a long, silvery ribbon of moonlight dancing on the water's surface, seeming to flow right alongside the path he had just walked. He looked up at the moon, then down at his lantern, and in that quiet, profound moment, he finally understood. The moon had never been running from him. It had been there all along. It had been following him. He closed his eyes, a gentle smile gracing his lips. He whispered to the wind, a message carried to the stars, a tribute to the memory of his long-gone master. "I understand now," he said softly. "You don't achieve greatness by chasing it. You don't capture the light by trying to possess it. You simply walk your own path, with your own small light, and you let greatness find you." Tao had spent his life giving his light to others, and in doing so, the grandest light of all had become his constant, faithful companion. The purpose we find in helping others, in lighting our own small corner of the world, is the very thing that illuminates our journey. Don't just chase the moon. Light your lantern and walk your path. You might be surprised by the light that follows. Thank you so much for watching. If this story resonated with you, please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel for more stories that aim to inspire. We'll see you in the next one.